This is Dr. David Shine, and welcome to Business Law 101. Again, it's very expensive to have litigation. It's very expensive to go to trial. So even after you've done all that expensive discovery, you're still trying to get rid of the case. So you may go to the judge and ask for judgment on the pleadings. That's not usually successful. Now, below it is a motion for summary judgment. The acronym for that is MSJ, Motion for Summary Judgment. And this is when there's been depositions, there's been a lot of evidence produced, and one of the parties will go in and say, Judge, look at all of this stuff. There's just no case here, and you need to throw this case out. Doesn't happen very often, but it is useful to do that, go through that discipline. And so obviously you've got to prove your case. And we talked about those scales of justice at the beginning of this chapter. So you need to be careful. I'm not going to spend much time on this other than to say that in these cases that you're going to hear objections. If you watch any episodes of Law and Order where they show the trial scenes, you'll hear people jump up and say, well, that's a leading question, or leading the witness or something like that, and redirect and so forth. Now, in terms of producing evidence, the side that brings the case. So in criminal cases, as many of you know, you're innocent until proven guilty. The state has to bring evidence forward to prove that you're guilty. In a civil case, the side that wants to prove a point has to prove that point. And so for criminal cases, it is beyond a reasonable doubt. In civil cases, it's the preponderance of the evidence. And in your lifetime, this may be the only time you see the word preponderance. It's almost always just used to talk about the burden of evidence in a civil case. Motion for directed verdict follows the presentation of the plaintiff's case. So for instance, the case, they spend 2-3 days presenting the plaintiff's case in all of its glory. And then the defense attorney stands up and says, Judge, these guys didn't prove a thing. It's a stupid case. They're losers. We want you to give us a motion for directed verdict. It doesn't happen very often, particularly with a jury trial, because the judge doesn't want the jury to be mad at him, saying, here, we were brought in, we spent all this time here, and we didn't get a chance to make a final decision. So oftentimes a motion directed verdict is a difficult one to bring forward.